This video chart presentation of ATHX Inc. ATHX is a NASDAQ capital market stock trading our ticker ATHX. Run through some scans today. This chart caught my eye because of the way it's holding a sideways channel, but more importantly, the way that's sitting right on top of an old support level around $1.30. When taking a closer look at the chart, I happen to notice a lot of bullish crosses with the MACD that typically supports the idea of a rise in price per share. And that was kind of my main focus with this chart. MACD is coming up on a critical point where it's trying to break a long-term downward channel right through there. But to make my point about the bullish crosses, I just want to highlight them real quick. Because each time there was a bullish cross, rise in price per share, rise, a very large rise, through here, even though it was shorter, one another rise, another climb in February with the bullish cross, and this time, no climb in price per share. So given the fact that in the past, a rise in PPS has accompanied the bullish cross, and this time it hasn't happened, while the candles are sitting on a support level, I want to keep this chart on radar to see if that support level is going to hold, and if an increase in PPS is going to follow the pattern that's been established. As so often happens, similar look to the PPO. ATHX I'm not getting a lot from, a little bit of an uptrend going on, but again, it's pretty early on. MFIs, I'll be looking to push through 50. They look like they're trying to take on a little bit of bullishness, but again, nothing special from them. Accumulation distribution is flatlined. Chaikin money flow shows that over the last 3 months, selling pressure has been heavier than buying pressure, but the price per share has slid off, so that makes sense as well. On the positive side of things, selling pressure does appear to be subsiding. CCI, I'd look for it to hold over top of negative 100 as a good indication. Full still, kind of going right along with everything else. Little bit of momentum trying to come into it. And the tricks, it's another good gauge of trend. I pulled all those lines off, but I'd be willing to bet the tricks follow behind the MACD. Each time there was a bullish cross, there was a rise in price per share. And again, in this case, we're seeing the cross of the tricks, which would support the idea of looking for upward pressure. RSIs, holding the lower half of the indicator. Again, that gauge of momentum is showing that it's having a tough time sustaining any pressure. Now, as I said, pretty good support level right there around $1.30. If that can't hold, I'd certainly be looking for the possibility of it testing these old lows at $1.13. So the $1.30 support level is a pretty important point. On the resistance side of things, over the last month, right there around $1.44, I'd want to see it break through that channel it's been in. And then moving upward from there, I would suspect that this $1.58 to $1.60 area is going to be a pretty substantial area of resistance. 50-day moving average is coming down, it's registering 162, but it is on the move. It's going to continue to move downward and reinforce that resistance point. I won't go much further than that, other than to say I would expect next level of resistance to come in around $1.80. It's a pretty low volume play, 56,000 shares traded yesterday. ATHX can obviously have some higher volume days, but that's probably right about average, maybe just slightly below. As is always important, any move off a support level and the challenge of a resistance point, I look for an increase in volume, and if that support level can be broken, any pullback, I'd want to see it in classic TA fashion to hold that old resistance point as a new support level. But I picked this chart for a couple reasons today. One, because of the nice support, and two, as a little bit of a case study in bullish crosses of the MACD. And because this one hasn't performed yet at this point, I think it's one worth keeping on radar to see what it does from here forward. As always, it's merely my interpretation of the ATHX chart. Thank you for watching, and trade smart.